Hey everybody, I'm back for another video. Today is another not arcade video. Do a little bit of other gaming as well. This is kind of, I feel like these bridge the gap between arcade and console anyway. But yeah, today we're taking a look at our Super Famicom boxes. We've had these for about 3 years. I think we got them in 2022. If you search our videos for Super Famicom Box, it'll come up with the container that we got it on. We actually got this SF1, the Sharp Super Famicom, at the same time. We started a video on this a long time ago. It's been a long project. We won't be getting into it for a while. But I decided to finally record this video since we're letting go of our stockpile of Super Famicom boxes. And it was a good time to get it recorded, uploaded for the people that will be picking them up. So I wanted to start out, I've got it running already here, but I just wanted to show this text overlay here that comes up after, for this one, around 4 minutes of idle time. I'm not sure if you can change that stuff in the settings. We don't have settings keys, but we'll be getting them probably within the week, and we'll be doing at the end of the video, we'll come back and kind of do a deeper look inside of them. So anyway, I just wanted to show that because rather than wait 4 minutes for it to come up to show you that it exists, that's that. So I'm going to go ahead, unplug this, and let it do its normal warm-up routine while we talk about it a little bit. Go ahead and plug that back in. So here, I don't remember exactly what the game TV button does. I don't think I've ever seen it actually work. I think you're supposed to actually have composite, or what's it called, coax coming in. And since there isn't one, it doesn't. So anyway, it's got this loading period for loading up the BIOS, and once it goes in, it does that, it'll get into the menu, and we'll talk a little bit more about the hardware and stuff a little bit later in the video. So there's that. There's a reset button. It just resets the system. It usually will take it out of whatever game you're in as well. So once it boots up, you'll get this. And there's a couple different things that you can do in it, and I'll look over all the stuff in the menu now. We'll also take a look at each of the different versions of the Super Famicom box, as we have one of each. So anyway, these would have been something like a hotel unit, where, and on the side, you can actually see back here on this one, there's a slot on the side there. You would bolt in a coin module for inputting coin, and one of the settings in here when you're messing with the settings would have you can set it to coin or free play. These are all set to free play. They're all set to on. I believe if you turn it off, I'm not sure. We'll look at the manual too, since there's a lot of this that I don't know yet, that I'm sure we'll figure out once we get into it. But there's actually 6 different key settings from what I remember, besides just on and off. Yeah, so anyway, let's go ahead, let's take a look at what we've got here. The first there's 2 cartridge slots, and when we get inside of it, you'll get a better look. They are not Super Famicom carts. The first one always has Super Mario Kart, Super Mario Collection, and Star Fox. That's PSS 61. The second cart has 2 games. In this case, this one's PSS 63, which has Super Donkey Kong and Super Tetris 2 plus Bomb Bliss. The other 2 are, well, we'll take a look at those when we get to them. It's PSS 62 and PSS 64. So anyway, if we go ahead and let's just go ahead, pick a game. And the menu will give you these options. You can either start the game, it'll show you a how to play, there's a game demo, and then return to the game menu. It just returns to the previous menu. So the how to play here, and like this is some of the stuff that's extra on top of the actual ROMs, because once you get into the game, you see like the game itself is is just the normal ROM for the game. But there's additional stuff here, like the how to play. You've got your controls. Oops. You got your controls there. You've got let's see. Yeah, so just other like information about, basically a very, very quick rundown of what the game is, how to play it, what to do. So we'll take a look at this for every single one of them real quick. But first up, this game demo. At first, you know, since these are all on free play, it seems kind of pointless, but all it really does is it has these overlays over it. And it just says it's a demonstration version, or it's demonstration in progress, and then, you know, press a button to return. So all it's doing is loading the ROM and playing the attract loop. Now, instead, obviously, you know, with the overlay and whatnot, if you press a button, it's going to exit you back out. But I think this is in place so that before you put a coin in on the coin options, you can see the demo of the game, you know, to see if you actually want to play it. So, of course, any button you press at that point will return you to this menu. So let's go ahead, go back, and just real quickly, like, just take a look at the each of the how to plays, because these aren't very long. It's not like big waste of time or anything, but just I see this one's 13 pages. So I guess while we're going through this, the first cart with the 3 games, that one has the BIOS for this menu, as well as the 3 games. So I would assume all this stuff is probably saved on each cart. Now these are not Super Famicom carts. They're I think they're quite a bit larger, different carts. The motherboard's a little bit different, I think, but you know, at the end of the day, it's still just it's a Super Famicom, just a little bit different. And again, once we get into it, we'll take a look at it, but so one of the things that, you know, the reason I've kept these for so long is I really wanted to go through them and kind of see what kind of projects you could do if you could, you know, install different games or reprogram some of the more undesirable, or rather the one undesirable cart to be something a little more attractive, or if we can reprogram them with our own games. Now you're looking at all this stuff, of course, this stuff you would have to make yourself, but yeah, so anyway, that's why we kept them for so long. Just we never got around to this project, so as a result, I think it's time to let them go. We're keeping 4 or 5 for ourselves. We had gotten 22 of them. So in the how we got these, they were on Yahoo Japan. Someone had listed 20, 30, God knows how many of them. And I messaged my distributor and said, hey, can you message them and see if we can do a bulk purchase on them? And we did. And as it turns out, one of the other importers that imports to the EU with our same distributor bought 2 pallets of these, 100 units. And it was just a coincidence. We happened to also be interested in the same thing. They got those. Those are all gone. I went and reached out to them, and those have been, those are long gone. But, you know, we got 22. So we're finally letting those go. By the time this is uploaded, actually, I mean, as of now, they're basically all claimed. So, you know, they're not available anymore, but all right, let's take a look at the menu here for the last bit. I'm trying to think of anything else that I can just talk about. There was a 5th cart. So the first cart being the menu and the next 3 being the 3 different ones with games. There's a 5th cart that had F-Zero and Pilot Wings, and it was in a picture in the manual, but it never got made. So that would have been, what, PSS 65 or whatever, if it ever existed. Anyway, yeah, so that's all the menus. Let's go ahead and start up a game. Oh yeah, one other thing. There's no save ROM. From what I was told, there's a slot for it, but there's no save ROMs populated, so none of these save after a reset. One of the other things is, let's go ahead and start this game. One of the other things is, so yeah, when you start up a game, you've got this. It just says, you know, hold all the, or left, right, start, select, 5 seconds, and it will exit you to the menu. Now it's 5 seconds because a lot of Super Famicom games will have a reset where you can exit to the menu by pressing all 4 of those buttons. So you hold it for 5 seconds and it exits the menu. So now, none of this stuff is any different than normal. once you're in, it's a game. I think once we mess with the settings, maybe put on coin mode and things like that, you'll see there might be like timer overlays and other overlays that that you're not going to see on free play. But so anyway, nothing really special here. I think after this we'll probably break, take a look at the two other versions with the other games, and then once we get the keys, we'll open them up, get a look inside, look at the test menu, stuff like that. So yeah, nothing really special here, just you know, the same old SNES Super Famicom that everyone grew up with. And yeah, as for the external, well, we'll look over the console itself a little bit later, but here you've got essentially, this is just a big hole with some mounts in there, or some cable management, and these just stuff inside. But we'll get a better look at these later when we open them up. So when we're back, we'll take a look at the hardware, and then at the end, maybe we'll look at the rest of the games and some of the settings and stuff in the menu. Okay, so we're finally back, wrapping this up. I think it's been a year since I said I was going to finish this, but so I don't even remember what we talked about before. But at the very least, I wanted to finish going over this before I take off on my trip, and you know, get this over with so we can get it uploaded and you guys can check it out. Here we've got one of the PSS 62s, and I was going to look over a little bit of the internals. I wanted to take a look at like the actual internals and take this whole thing apart and get inside, but I think for this video we won't. Maybe we'll do a follow-up later. I mean, you can see just a little bit, there's the main board, you can see the starts of it there. You've got the two cartridge slots there. But we'll take a look at this maybe in a later video. I don't know, I'll probably forget to, but just, I've already put this off for so long that I don't think doing a deep dive is really going to work out for us right now. I know you guys want to, I want to, but you know, probably just not a good idea right now. Anyway, I'll try to think of anything that we didn't go over. If I repeat something, I'm sorry. If I miss something, I'm sorry, whatever. But like, I guess we'll start out with what I have out. These are the cartridges for them. You know, I'm not going to open one for this video. I don't want to mess with the, I mean, you can probably get a look inside without peeling the video or the label there. But so this is the PSS 62, which is you know, which is those two games. I think this is one of the more undesirable ones. That's just like the mahjong and stuff. So and then this is the main one that has the operating system, Star Fox, Mario Kart, and Super Mario Collection. And that's the main. So that goes on the bottom. This one goes on the top. We'll pop these in, and you can see down here on the bottom, this is just the reset game button, the TV game light, and the lock mechanism here. Anyway, let's go ahead, clip these in. Is this one clipped in? Can't tell. In. I don't know, they feel clipped in. Okay, so go ahead, lock that up. You do need two keys for that, because these don't have a release for them. So that's that. And here, now that we've got this key, I don't remember if we had this before, but this key is how you actually turn the system on and off and into different modes. So right now it's actually in off mode with the key here. And actually, let's take a closer look at this keyhole here because it's quite unique. I don't know if there's enough light to, yeah, there is, okay. So you can see right now it's actually on a position past the on and offs. And as I was messing around with this here, this little piece of plastic broke off. I think, Was this I think it was this little piece of plastic. I broke that out of the lock pulling it out. This part of the key like hit it. It's not supposed to be removed in that position, I think. But specifically, if I remember right, there was 2 keys for this, one that can go all the way and one that can't. And this is like one of the master keys that's supposed to, be able to go into every position. And we're gonna look through this manual over here in a second as well. And we'll just real quickly leaf through it and maybe see a little bit more about it. So I'm gonna go ahead, come on over here, and I'm gonna put it into the first on setting, which, if I remember correctly, this is the system test one. So I do have an issue with this monitor. It's got the rolling screen. We're pretty sure it's like I think it's a cap or something like that. The monitor's been like this, and it just happens to be the one that I have sitting here to test, so, disregard that. But anyway, so it still does this same boot up sequence. It still has to fill up, and then it goes into its self-test. I guess while we're at it, let's go ahead and kind of just leaf through it's coming up now, but it's kind of boring what's going on screen. You can see it's doing like controller, switch, coin, CPU, and then some other stuff, and it just loops. You can see this is like one of the adverts for it. And these were just printed. They're on like archive.org, if I remember right. There's apparently also a white one. I've never seen that before, so I wonder if they just didn't sell them. You've got your example there, like an in-room. They apparently had a cabinet for it there. I don't know, these don't seem to, I haven't seen, somewhere, there's an attachment on the side, and actually if you look on the side, I don't know, you can see there's a little panel right here, and you would plug I don't know if you can, yeah, you can see it there a little bit. That panel is used to put a coin box on it. So anyway, so here's the second page. You can see, or I guess third page now. But it does all the ROM checks and whatnot. We'll take a look at that again a little later. Here's the manual. Let's see if we can flip through this real quick and see if there's anything interesting. There's a picture, a little bit better picture of the interior, where you got the controllers going in there. Well, we might be able to get like a diagram of the motherboard from this. So let's see, I think we're skipping a couple pages, but whatever. Yeah, actually you can see there's that panel there. That cover, and that's where you would yeah, and then there's, I guess, some holes there to screw the coin box on. But that's cute. Don't put it in the sun. Overheat this poor baby. So anyway, you can see it looping through all the checks. Now that it's done, it just loops through them all quickly to display, so you can leave it running and come back to it and see what passes and what doesn't. This is all really basic, boring stuff. Let's see if there's anything interesting a little farther back. I wish we had this in a more of a, like, flippable format. Yeah, nothing really super interesting in here. I think later on it does, like, describe the menus, and we're going to look at the menus manually. But, yeah, just a bunch of menu flow. I had meant to go through and kind of, like, take notes and go through this and note what I wanted to go over, but I never got around to this, and it's been so long since I started this video that I just wanted to get something done so that I could get it up and show. So anyway, that's the like self-check mode. It just loops through this. And come over to the next mode here. Okay, so I think this is the normal mode that oh no, it isn't. I think on is the normal mode. So this is another mode in between. I think this might be the demo only one. So, okay, no, you can actually play. So you can play, and then there's also like this, I think, which was the demo for it. So you can demo try it. Yeah, so yeah, it gives you 2 minutes to check play it, essentially. And I think this stuff is what would be locked into a coin play feature if you had it. So you can come in here and it's gonna, you know, if I keep playing this, it's gonna kick me out after 2 minutes. So you can see it has the check play thing over it. But let's just go ahead and reset it real quick. Yeah, we really, I actually need to put on the list that we should fix this PVM, because this is a neat PVM, and, but yeah. So anyway, if you go into, like, the game, and you turn the key while it's active, I think it if I remember, it on the fly change, okay, no it doesn't on this one. On some of the other modes, it'll on the fly change the menu options that you have available. So this one, it switches out, and I think this is the mode that they all came in. So I think in the previous video it would have had this. So you can see you can play, and you know, you can go back, all that stuff, but the like the test play option is gone. So again, I'm not sure what all of these modes are for. These are just the different modes that are available. So the next one I think is the one that has the, oh no, okay, so there, you see now, you switch between those two, you know, you get that test play on and off. I need to check, there's one of the modes where you can't play at all. Okay, yeah, so this one, yeah, so this one is, I think, just so you can see the games. So we go further, and here we have our settings, and I think, and actually there's another screen that I want to pull up a little bit later, but I think I have to reset it to show it. Anyway, so this is all your game settings. So you've got your game count here. You can see how many times each game's been played. Obviously, it looks like the memory has been erased, so we don't have any of those statistics. But, you know, settings here. There's a lot of stuff. I don't remember if there was anything, like, super crazy interesting. I think there was, like, volume sets. There's your, you know, time set. Sorry again about the rolling screen. But, yeah, like reset your settings, and then go back. Keyhole settings. So this is your TV settings. You've got a couple different things that you can do in here. Sound. I think you can change stereo mono in here. You can change demo track music, stuff like that. Going on to the next one. Tokushu sete. Let's see. So you got sound. Yeah. Okay. There's clock. Oh yeah. That's right. For the time plays, you can set the time for the time play. So that's I think that's another reset. We're not going to do that. And then back to the main menu. So. Oops. So there's another check. So you've got your check counter clear, you've got your controller 1, controller 2, all that stuff. You can come in here and, oh yeah, I don't remember. I think if you hit all the buttons, it's supposed to come up and say that it's good, maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, so reset switch to exit. You've got your, yeah. Oh, so there's an error apparently. I don't know what it is, but anyway, you've got your controller checks, you've got your coin box checks, which we don't have a coin box, your key switches, and you know, just that's your test there. And then you've got ROM test stuff in here. But yeah. Anyway, so this last mode that wasn't letting us play has this, which I hadn't seen before, and it plays a different music. So that was interesting, but I think it's only if you go into this mode from, like, not from one of the other game modes. So like, we didn't know about this until at one point when we were messing with the keys. This one does cycle through. It's like, it is. I think this is more of a demo mode because it does cycle through the games if you don't press anything. You see, now it's back to the normal music. But, anyway, just interesting. But, yeah, I think besides doing a full teardown and like, sitting down and trying to think about what else I wanted to cover, I don't think there's much more I can do over the Super Famicom Box. Like, I mean, if people ask for it, or if down the line, we end up doing more stuff, or we go over like a collection of things that we have, maybe we'll cover this a little bit deeper. It's like, we just got the, like one of the big Game Boys, for example. We're starting to get other like fun Nintendo kiosk things, and maybe we'll, we'll want to have a follow-up on a lot of that stuff. Anyway, I guess that's all we've really got for the Super Famicom Box. We'll leave it at that. I'm sorry it took so long to get this done. Hopefully we can do more fun, things like this down the line. Look forward to it. As always, thank you for watching the video and, following and supporting us. It means a lot. I do it, and I do this stuff for fun. I don't necessarily do it just, anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you got a little bit of, yeah, actually it's going into the demo mode now. Yeah, if you like this content, come back, let us know, and we'll try and do more, and stuff like that. So anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time, and everyone stay safe. See ya.